I wanted to explain a few things here. I know I haven't been posting for the past couple weeks. That's because I'm trying to restructure and I'm trying to really figure out what I want from this channel. I thought I knew. I thought I had a plan in sight, and then it just wasn't working. So I'm restructuring. And I'm sorry for those of you who have been watching and have been enjoying that there's been such a drought of videos. But I'm still working on it. This is a work in progress for me. I really want this channel to succeed. I want it to be the best it can possibly be. So that is why there hasn't been videos. Does that make sense? So today's video is something a little bit different. It's not the news. But for those of you who watch my vlog channel, my personal channel, this will be somewhat familiar to you. I'm going to be reading one of my blogs that has to do with queer life, because that's what this channel is about. For those of you who have actually read it, which is possible because this was fairly popular when I wrote it, it's the Perils of Coming Out. And that is a big thing in the world still to this day. I'm just going to jump right into it. Let's talk about coming out. I'm not telling you my coming out story again. I mean, let's talk about the emotions and reservations and fears and hopes that people have with their coming out. Because there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with coming out. There's a lot that doesn't necessarily get talked about. So let's talk about it. Coming out is an emotional experience, no matter how it is received by the people around you. If the reaction is positive, you're on cloud 9. You're feeling the love that's surrounding you, and you're getting these beautiful messages of support. If the reaction is negative, the feelings become really mixed. You're feeling free because you get to be yourself now. But at the same time, you're wondering if you should have waited, because now people aren't talking to you. Your family could hate you now. And you could be genuinely frightened for your life. All those negative feelings become magnified when you come out as a teen. You've got your classmates to worry about, your teachers to worry about, friends, family, society. And if you live in certain parts of the world, families are legally allowed to disown you for this, forcing you out onto the streets. There's a frightening statistic out of the United States that 25% of homeless youth are queer, and the majority of that 25% are homeless because they got kicked out by their parents or guardians when they came out. As a queer person thinking about coming out, you know all of the horror stories. You have friends who came out to a negative response. You know the numbers of queer people with depression and suicidal thoughts. You know the community faces persecution from almost all sectors of society. You know that the persecution doesn't just come from religious fundamentalists, but it can come from everyone, no matter what they believe. And you know that no matter what country you live in, you can face hatred and violence for just being the person you were born as. So why come out? What makes the risks worth it? The freedom. As a queer person, we've learned to lie to everyone around us. We've learned to hide our true nature. We wear so many different masks on a given day that we can lose ourselves. And we do this just to stay safe. Coming out allows us to take all of these masks off. It allows us to be ourselves all of the time instead of just in our homes and with our close friends. We look at all of the risks. We know that they could happen to us, but we know what we get when we finally come out. Freedom to be true to ourselves. Groups throughout history have fought for freedom time and time again. People have sacrificed their lives for freedom. People willingly die for a chance to be free. And that's why we come out. Even in the face of hardship, pain, banishment, and death, we come out for freedom. Even with knowing why we're doing it, it's still a scary thing. It can take days to build up the courage to tell that first person, even after deciding that it's time. For me, I told people through text because I was too scared to come out in person in case the person reacted negatively. I talk about it in my vlogs a lot, but again, that's not really in person. I can't have a conversation about it in real time. I'm in this weird limbo with my coming out. I'm out in the most public way possible because of YouTube and my blogs. Yet I have no idea if the people I see every day have any idea that I'm not straight. So I'm out openly, but do people actually know? Because of this ambiguity, I'm still living like I'm half in the closet. I'm out, but I've got my freedom, but I still get uncomfortable speaking to people face to face about it because with each new person, the fears become fresh and relevant again. Coming out is a daunting prospect, and it's something we shouldn't really need to worry about. But it seems like it's becoming something that we need to worry about more and more with each passing year. I mean, North Carolina passed possibly the most homophobic and transphobic law in modern times. And North Carolina is in the country that literally prides itself on freedom. Instead of being something you can feel comfortable with, coming out has become something you need to think about and plan. You need to time it. You have to be careful with it, and most importantly, you have to feel safe with it. Which sounds ridiculous. We need to feel safe to tell someone that we have a different gender, or genders, or no gender, than what is societally expected of us. Straight people, even allies, can never truly understand how daunting it is to come out. They've never had to worry about it because they're straight. And religions and culture constantly tell the world that being straight is right. Being something other than straight is just wrong and needs to be fixed. That's why gay conversion therapy still exists, even here in Canada. But God, it feels so good when you finally come out. When you finally can be honest. The freedom feels so good. Even when it paints a target on your back. Being able to walk out your front door 100% you is an amazing feeling. And that is why coming out is worth the risk. Because a life in hiding isn't a real life at all. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's a little bit different than the previous videos, but as I said, I'm restructuring everything and I just wanted to get some content out to you. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you for being patient with me as I'm trying to figure stuff out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I don't know how to end these videos yet. So you guys just have yourselves a great day or night, whatever it is for you. And remember, if you need any assistance, help, advice, if you want to just talk to me about your experiences with coming out or your fears about coming out, hit me up. My social media details are in the links below. Comment, send me a message, send me a direct message, whatever you need. You can just throw it at me. We're all in this together after all. We are all a family here. So you know what? I love all you guys.